Thank you for joining us tonight. Peter here with me, the owner of PDP Trucking. It's always a pleasure to be here with you at least once a month. We get to see you, you get to see us. We get to talk a little bit about interesting topics out there. And we also get to see you. You know, we always welcome you to come by our office, but not a lot of you come actually through our office very often. So it's really nice to see you at least, you know, through Zoom once a month. Before we start, I do want to thank everyone for your patience. I want to thank you all for being understanding of the situation that we had last week. It was unexpected. We didn't know what was going on at the beginning. I know that there were a lot of different, you know, questions out there. We had the same questions. We didn't have much answers, but we are glad to say that Apex, or factoring company's website, is back up after being out for a week. It was really unexpected, like I mentioned at the beginning, and it's definitely something that affected operations. I know that a lot of you were calling and wondering about credit checks, you know, wondering about the fuel, just wanting to know what to do and how to proceed. We tried our best to continue to serve you, and we tried our best to continue our operations despite, you know, the issues that we were having. We hope that everything that we did, from, you know, helping you on paying you regardless, you know, of our factoring company website, and just our factoring company being out or not, and the fact of us trying to manage with the little information that we had. We just hope that all of that helped. And like we said, you know, we're here to support you. We're here to continue business regardless of the circumstances. And we just want to make sure that you know that we did our best. And we always try to prioritize you and your money and getting you paid and, you know, serving you, like I said. So before we continue, I know that Peter has a few things that he's going to go over with. So I just wanted to say thank you all.
Yes, thank you, Myra. And on the technical side with the Apex, the good news is we got the fuel transactions access on Saturday. So since then, we've been uploading it, and yeah, we pretty much have all that we need to operate. They are still trying to improve it even more and stuff like that, but we have all that we need from Apex to operate as normal. Yes, so any questions on that, or, you know, just connect us with us directly. But I'm just really glad that that all worked out, and it's much better right now.
Yeah, we're still having some issues, and like you all noticed today, you know, it was still glitching. It kept logging us out, and it just had, you know, things that I believe they're still working on. But regardless of that, we were able to do credit checks. You know, we were able to just keep things flowing while all of this was happening. So again, you know, thank you for your patience, and thank you for your understanding on that subject.
Yes. So the next thing I want to talk about, as you see on the screen, is the Brake Safety Week. This is very big deal. I just want to emphasize on how big deal this is, but it's going to be this whole week. So if you are out there driving, make sure, please make sure that you know for sure that you will pass those brake adjustments, you know, measurements. If you're not sure what that is, I mean, I know that every shop, they do it their own different way, and some say, you know, well, you have to be 1/3 or 1/4. I would try to do much better than just bare minimum, because if it is 1/4, that is the bare minimum. Guess what? In a day or two, if you just, you know, for some reason you're going down the hill and you have to brake hard or something like that, it ain't 1/4 anymore. So even if they passed you at the, you know, at the repair shop for an annual inspection, oh yes, you barely passed. Well, you're not gonna pass in, you know, a couple of days or a couple of weeks. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, so the next thing is I want us to continue on the subject of what's going on in the market. And I'm really actually excited to talk about today's things. I know it's a big topic, so I'm going to limit myself to only 4 things that I want to talk about today, and those things are on the screen. Who do you have access to? What do you have access to? Buy panic and sell hysteria, or another word is buy low and sell high. And then yin-yang principle applied to trucking. So with first, who do you have access to? In the grand scheme of things, for you to be successful, to even improve on what you have currently, it matters a lot, especially in times like these today with the rates how they are. Who is motivating you or who is discouraging you? Okay. Because in my experience, when I've had people to encourage me, even through the hard times, I pushed through, and in many ways, I went farther and beyond, than the competitors. Whereas others who pretty much put me down, or they saw gloom and doom and everything they could think, I would fall in depression and I couldn't snap out of it a lot of times, But it's serious stuff, because when you're driving and you're out there, and depending on what source you're getting the information from, it could really influence you. So this, in a lot of ways, I've heard this before, and I totally agree this based on my experience. It's very, very important on who you have access to, or who has access to you also. Which in another, I guess, opposite way you can look at it is, who is the biggest loser in your friends? Who is the biggest loser you are friends with? And then if you have somebody like that, that's like always a negative, but maybe not even just a negative, but let's say that I don't know, they went through a bunch of bankruptcies, and yet they're trying to offer you an advice on how to run a business type of thing. And maybe they're doing it encouraging wise, but even then, like, really? Okay, let me see you succeed first, and then maybe let's talk about how you think, But in many ways, and this is hard because, we don't want to offend people and stuff like that. But it's very important to consider this too, because, how much does success matter to you? Do you want to succeed with, what you're doing as a businessman, businesswoman? So looking at this, if you do have a biggest loser out of your friends, I would, think that, losing that friend would be, a biggest plus that you can do, a biggest advantage in your life. And I only talk from experience, so I believe me, like, I have a good story about this too. It's very important to, have friends that can encourage you, yes, but also be realistic about it, and tell you, the truth, but also realistically, be a good person that can influence or give you ideas on what to do, what not to do, market, and so forth. So that's another point. And yes, but control or be careful on who you have full, who has access to you. But I guess the main point that I'm trying to get out of this, point is that you have full control over who you allow to influence you, and to influence you, and for you to make the decision. So basically, don't think that yes, there's a lot of things that we don't have control over. But this we do have control over. You can control who you're friends with and not. Okay? So there is a saying like this, actually. Tell me who your friends are and I will tell you who you are. It's true in business and it's true in so many different ways, which, you know, if your mama didn't tell you, which my mama told me, you know, be careful who you choose friends, which friends you choose. So I don't know, it sounded better in Russian, but anyway. Second point is, what do you have access to? Well, at PDP, there's a lot of things that you have access to. And, you know, I was trying to think, like, what could you take out of this that's already, that you know, maybe didn't think of. But, you know, yes, I'm not trying to make another advertising or anything like this, but for you, just think about this. You know, being a self-dispatched owner-operator, you pretty much have control over your job security. You have access to controlling your job security. That's big right now. And it's probably going to get even bigger as inflation goes up and all the crazy stuff that's going on, financially speaking, economy. Controlling your pay. You also have control over that. When I'm saying, you know, like, for example, in contrast, if you're a driver, you don't have any job security pretty much, you know, but a pay, I mean, who gets to control as a driver how much miles you drive? I mean, for the most part, the dispatcher or the leader or, you know, the somebody up there in the company controls that. But with us, you control that. I mean, you literally can take home time or, you know, plan anything that you want as far as time off. Yes, but you have full control over that. There's always room for improvement, and if you are down for other reasons than your choice, then maybe you should consider how to fix those. That's called problem solving. But you have full control over that, and that is huge, huge key. Okay, that is huge, huge key to success. You know, a third point is, you know, this setup is pretty much the closest you get to operating as an owner of a trucking company with MC authority, but without actually having an MC authority. So just putting it out there, you know, complete freedom in choosing your own loads and running your truck the way you want to. You know, control on when, where, and how you drive. I've said this stuff before. Another thing is all the tools and resources you need to grow your solo truck operation to a fleet truck if you want to. I mean, that's also a big deal. I mean, I'm not saying that everybody has to go this route, and maybe you can try, but you don't have to do this. You can do pretty well yourself, but that's also a possibility out there. One of the biggest things that PDP is striving to be known for, or to what we're trying to do, like the core of our business, is to pretty much give you any and all tools and resources possible to be successful as a, you know, businessman, businesswoman, to be successful as a owner-operator, a real true owner-operator, and even grow as a fleet, okay? So the shop and all those other future plans that we have, it's all to basically help you to get all of these tools and resources where, you know, the big guys have access to only, you know, traditionally. Yeah, and then last thing on this point is your success has potential to supersede over what other drivers get because of our businessman, businesswoman empowerment model. Yes. I hope that makes sense. Yes. Number 3, buy panic and sell hysteria, buy low or sell high. I've talked about this multiple times, but I just kind of want to take a look at it from a different perspective. Because of today's hysteric market, I get asked this question, Peter, when's the best time to get into the business? When's the best time to get into trucking? Anytime you ask me that, I'll tell you this is the best time, okay? But today is even better, okay? It is the best time to get into trucking. And it's because of hysteric market, because of everything that's going on. It's actually a great time to get in. So I've come up with this, drawing in here of waves. I like, drawings and stuff. I hope this makes sense. But, a lot of people are like, when? Well, listen, looking at this wave, I don't know, like chart or whatever, we're right between where everything is falling, which if you've been around, this year, you've known that it kind of started dropping this year. And then we're not yet to be ready for the next wave, but we're almost there. And in some ways, I can kind of see it already. But what's important in this time right now, okay, if you're not in trucking yet, then, it's the best time to get in, because this is the time when you learn how to budget and be profitable in today's, hyper market. And it will build up confidence in yourself. I mean, it's talking about independence, personal development, all of that stuff. And it will set you up to win big for the next wave. That is really, really big. That is very important, because, in many ways, I've told you guys, this is a 5th cycle for me. And this cycle, it just keeps repeating. It keeps repeating. There's the 4-year cycle, there's the 1-year cycle, the 4-year cycle. But something different about this cycle is that it's converging with the economic cycle, which we haven't seen this bad, since 2008. And yes, it's bad, but it's good in the same way also. Because of the hysteria, it's the best time to get into business at this point. I know I might sound contradicting myself, but I'm not, okay? Because when you're in the business so long, you see the patterns, and then you're like, okay, when's the best time? When's not so best, and so forth? Well, a lot of times, if you're not in it, you won't be able to see what is good or bad, okay? So that's why you have to get in it. But once you're there, you can see, wow, this is a good time, because we are seeing the equipment and so forth are dropping, and people, we're going to see it probably more and more, them trying to get out of the truck, get out of this business. Well, I mean, unless they have millions of dollars stashed away somewhere, it all depends how long you can survive without a job, but bottom line, this is nothing new. Okay, and the good news about that is, if you play your cards right, don't think that you got a bad hand, or you're out of luck or something. No, you actually have a much better hand because of those things that I talked to you just in number 2, number 1. Yes, but that's the idea. If you look at this wave, I want to show this wave really quick again. Where you are. It's very important, because once we're in the A, once we're in the B, once you're in there, you can actually see, this is where the waves are. And look at C. In here, it's saying that it's already too late. Well, this is true. This is so true with the guys that get out because of hysteria and everything. So they get out about this time of year. And then they wait for their buddies to talk to them again. They're like, oh yeah, how's it doing in business? How's it doing in trucking? So sometime, in the future, they hear that it's doing great now. So they start to get in, they start to buy truck. They buy the truck at very, very high expensive rates. And by the time they get in, the wave has already started. you know, and you didn't have a chance to pretty much, do that, to take advantage of that wave. So it's gone. It's gone to waste. It was good for somebody, but you missed it. So yes, that's number 3. Another thing is, I love this post. This explains everything. A surfer is only cool as the wave allows him to be. I mean, you see the contrast, right? So the guys that get in now, or the guys that stay in it now, and they focus on the budget and all of this stuff, figuring out how to book the best loads, they're going to be again and again on the top left side, how it is on that picture with the surfer. And once you do it once, twice, you just get so excited and you want to do it again. You want to do it again. That's why on the 5th cycle for me, I'm like, man, I'm so excited. Finally, we're here. So if you do this for a couple years or a couple cycles, you will be the same way, because you know what's coming, and you're like, yes. But then you have these other guys who keep getting in and out, unstable. And you look like this dude on the bottom right. I mean, yeah, just sad, just funny and sad. Okay, so don't be like that guy, okay? Be the guy in the top left corner, okay? Yes, and so the last point on number 4, the yin-yang principle. How do you apply that to trucking? There's actually different, sayings on this, but it's the same logic, To every action, there's an equal opposite reaction. Have you heard that? Which is true. It's very, very true. When someone will lose a lot, that means someone will win a lot. Money has to go somewhere. I mean, I've said that many times before. But the idea is, with yin-yang or with dominoes or with all of this, there's only, the money has to go somewhere. And are you going to be that person where it goes to? Okay? That's really how it is. A lot of people during this hysteria time, they just hide for the basements. They just seek out basements and they just conceal and hide and everything. And then when the sun starts, shining, they're usually not the first ones to get out. Okay? And you miss out. You miss out. This is a huge opportunity, the way the economy is today. Read through the big winners, and in fact, if you look at the big mega, rich people, they weren't rich. A lot of them were not rich for their whole life. A lot of them, they got rich in 1 or 2 economic cycles. So it's just a matter of, as I said, figuring it out, learning the ropes, per se. And it does not take you, 50 or 100 years to do this. Yes, but I guess the question that I have for you is, will this be you? Like, this guy in the picture in the middle where the guy, pushes the domino and then there's all of this reaction afterward. Will you be the winner on this cycle? That's the question. Or will you hide in the basement and just waste this opportunity? I mean, it's your choice. Next big opportunity like this will not happen most likely for another 8 to 15 years. So look, even if you missed it, okay, you still have hope. Just wait another 8 to 15 years if you have that much time, okay? There is going to be a smaller version of this opportunity happening in next 4 years approximately, because of the 4-year cycle. But the key words on a lot of this is market cycles, market cycles. I mean, I've talked to you about them again before, but just consider this. It's all common sense to me and logical. So yes, that concludes my topic. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you all for being here again today. We're gonna go ahead and do the Q&A. So if you do have a question, I will ask that you please put that question in the chat so that we can go over that. I haven't seen any questions in here so far, so we'll just give you a couple of minutes to put it in here. And if y'all don't have any questions, then we're gonna go ahead and do the drawing for the $300, and then after that we'll go ahead and do the MVO, which is the most valuable owner operator. When does the new PDP office open? That's from David Owens. We're still working on that. We were just talking about maybe October, if everything goes well.
Yeah, so we're working on certificate of occupancy. That appointment should be in September. We're working on remodeling. There's some remodeling we got to do there, but the idea is we will start with if everything goes well the way we plan. October we will transition into the new location. The shop is the #1 priority for us to jumpstart because you know, it's just really hot right now to do it outside the way it is. But we will have bays, we will have tires, you know, brakes, like pretty much anything and everything to do maintenance for PDP. That's our priority. We have to get all of this started. Yes, I do know that by the end of the year, we will be completely severing ties with this location where we at Cedar Hill.
Daryl C, do we have a backup if Apex goes down for good?
Yeah, good question. And I've actually talked to some of you who called me, you know, directly last week. And just so you know, Apex, we've been doing business with them since 2009. But 2020, so 2 years ago, yeah, almost 2 years ago, we've actually started to kind of separate from Apex. And we didn't know that this would happen, but I mean, we like Apex. We've been doing business with them for some time. But we're not going to be as dependent on Apex, you know, more and more. But I feel like with everything that has happened, they did prove themselves that, you know, they can manage. And we, you know, throughout the last week, we did pretty good with all the getting basics basically moving forward. And because of the 2 days, what we have today, I really don't see that it's going to be a hindrance, even especially after today, well, Saturday, I would say Saturday.
Yeah, after having a whole week without Apex, we also came to realize, you know, that we're not fully dependent on them. Like Peter said, we were able
we're not already.
Yeah, we were able to help you guys out with pretty much almost everything. I mean, the ability to issue EFS checks was not there, but even with that, you know, we were able to find other ways to help you. We were able to sustain our business, you know, for that 1 week. And even this week, we didn't know if it was going to be back up or not. All we knew was that they were actually working on it. But this morning, or actually over the weekend, we found out that the website and the app itself was actually back up, but it's still having some issues. So we're still working through that. And like Peter said, you know, he's been preparing just to completely move away from them in the future. And he's also been working on having, you know, other ways to pretty much, you know, help you guys in the event that it does go out again. So don't fear, you know, obviously we're not going to leave you stranded, and we're not going to just pretty much say, okay, well, you know, this is it. We're here to help you, we're here to serve you, and that's always going to be our priority.
Yeah, and I guess that's one of our strengths. If you didn't know, PDP Trucking, we are we have our own proprietary, website, and we are IT also. We have me and 2 other IT guys within the company who's always constantly, pushing more and more updates, and we're working on a lot more. Yes, and we've had this idea to move away from, doing this like this for, since 2020, but I don't think that in the grand scheme of things, because of the market and because of you guys like to, factor with pretty much, sometimes there's some owner-operators that reach out and say, hey, there's a customer, they're new, can we try them out and stuff like that. Because of stuff like that, I don't really think that we will ever completely 100% maybe cut off from Apex, because they do have some services, but we will be able to be even less dependent on them. Correct. But again, with everything that was going on, we're not dependent, maybe as some other little guys out there, like mom and pop shop that do paycheck to paycheck, and they're like, oh my gosh, we didn't get money today, so we can't fund.
Yeah, we were actually,
we're not like that.
Yeah, we were following up on their Facebook page, and there were some small companies, small fleet, that were actually struggling, that were not able to operate, were not able to do any type of business, and they were at a standstill for a week. That's not us, we are definitely wanting you to know that we're going to do everything that we can to continue to help you and serve you and to keep you moving, because that's definitely one of our priorities. Mario Sims.
Well, let me add that. It's also one of the biggest strengths or biggest tools that you get, resources that you get having a company like us. Because if you go to a smaller company, you don't have that extra cushion. With us, right, because we're all about owner-operators. We don't have any drivers, so you don't have to worry about competing with drivers. But also because we're all about owner-operators, and we're trying to grow our whole business around, supporting you as an owner-operator, it's all about that extra cushion for cases like this, to be able to still operate with, little to no hindrance. So anyway.
Mario Sims, he's asking, do we still have to pay the 3% factoring fee if you separate from Apex?
So, okay, let me clarify this. The separation from Apex has nothing to do with actual factoring fee, because the factoring fee is charged to you if you want to wait or not. Okay? So, for example, today, if you say, you know what, I don't want to pay 3% factoring. Okay, no problemo. Some customers pay 30 days, some pay less, some pay more or longer. So you will have to wait for that. And basically what we're trying to say is we will be able to do this internally without having to go through Apex, yeah. And basically, we will be able to have, I feel like, better control over the situation when it comes to getting charged back and all of that, which I know you guys, some of you had to deal with that. Some of you are just being extra cautious and don't even go into the risky, customers. But it's something that PDP will be less reliable on Apex, yes. But as far as the percentage-wise, I mean, you can save today by saying, okay, I don't want to factor. And technically, you can do that with any company, Yeah, but the alternative, I mean, obviously, is you have to wait until the customer pays. So.
Yeah. Daryl C is asking about Texas inspections. A couple of guys have actually asked if we're going to have the ability to do Texas inspections on the shop.
Oh yes, it's actually much more than just that. I mean, we have to get Texas inspections. Otherwise, why am I opening a shop? We want to be certified We want to be, you know, not just some mom and pop barely making it type of thing, you know, just a little minimum stuff. No. I've known Richard for long enough, and he's done it actually before. So I'm, you know, I'm definitely confident to know that it's just a matter of us starting it, and we're just trying to do it the right way, you know, with buying the land, which we did, check mark, you know, dealing with the city on going through the processes, on getting all of that stuff to be able to start doing that. You know, we're working on that check mark right now. But yes, it's a no-brainer pretty much. It's going to be done. In fact, our goal, and we already talked to people and have a pathway on how to reach this, is to not just have a shop, but have a certified shop with some kind of brand. You know, we haven't decided which one yet, but because of the location, I'm being told that it's not going to be an issue at all to get it done. But we want to be, you know, certified with, it's going to be a top-notch level. If we're doing something, we're doing it, and it's going to be the best, okay? All for you guys. And of course, because you're part of the scope of PDP, it's all comes as a service to all the owner-operators. We are doing it because of the owner-operators, because of the model. That's exactly my point. You know, yeah. I hope that answers the questions.
Yeah, I don't think we have any more questions, so we're gonna go ahead and do the drawing for the $300.
All right, so there's gonna be 2 winners, and you are already a winner because you have attended, and as long as if you're on this list, you get 3 positive points. If you don't know what that is, please reach out to the office. But the first out of 2 winners for the 300 drawing is... Oh man, this is close again. David Owens! It's like it's doing that.
Congratulations, David.
Yes, David. Okay. Are you here, David?
David?
Here, yes. Yeah,
okay.
he messaged.
He's
okay.
Here. Alrighty.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
So the second.
So the second winner of $300 is... Omar Whitaker! Yahoo!
Congratulations, Omar.
Yes, you guys been around, both of you, for some time.
Hey, thank you guys, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Omar. Alrighty, thank you so much.
So next will be the MVO, the most valuable owner-operator. And we do have 3 places for that.
Oops. Hold on, don't show the screen yet. I need to re-log in.
And it's always exciting because it keeps changing throughout the day, so yes. We actually don't know who's going to win until we're here at this moment.
Ready? So the winners are, first place, we got Carlos Dawkins. Yay!
Congratulations, Carlos!
Second place is Lee Burrell. Yes.
Congratulations, Lee. LB100, because he's got a few trucks in the fleet, so.
Yes.
LB100.
Yes, the 100. So yes, give extra props to him. Jake Hughes is number 3.
Congratulations, Jake.
Yes, congratulations. Man, I'm just always looking. These were very, very close. Yep.
We actually look at it throughout the day, and we're always like checking to see, you know, who's on first, second, and third. And it keeps changing, so it's always interesting.
Yes. Thank you guys for, you know, trying your best on that. It's really an honor, you know, to know you, to work with you, to serve you. Thank you so much. So the next meeting is going to be on September 19th. It's also 6 p.m. It's also Monday. Thank you so much for all that you guys do. And I'm so grateful that we finish in less than an hour. Yeah, props to us. No, just kidding. Yes, thank you. Congratulations for those that won. Blessings to you. Be smart and diligent. You can do this, okay? We're proud of you, and we just, we bless you, okay? Have a blessed day.